My name's Mark. I work at the Harvest House in Lannick in Moncton, and I'm a frontline worker at the Harvest House shelter.
And what's the mission here?
For me, it's to help the broken and give them hope. My story is I came here about 2.5 years ago to our addiction recovery program. I was addicted to crack for years and years and years. Grew up in an alcoholic home and abusive home, and I spent my life in another prison. I sold drugs. I've been shot 3 times. I've been stabbed multiple times, kidnapped, tortured. I've been in prison 2 different times, 4.5 years and then 3.5 years. And I lived a life that was completely different than what I live now. I didn't care for anybody. I didn't care for myself. I didn't care for my family. I lived to hurt people. And eventually it got to the point in time where I wasn't seeing my family. I was having enough. And so I started calling, trying to come to Harvest House. And I remember the last thing I remember before I came to Harvest House was I called Randy Peary, who's one of the guys at recovery. I said, if I don't get in there within the next few days, I was like, I'm gonna be dead. Later that night, I went out in a gunfight and I was shot in the top of the shoulder. And I remember calling Randy and I said, if you don't get me in there tomorrow, take me off your list because I'll be dead. He called Detox, had me in there the next day. 4 days later, I was at Harvest House and I haven't left since. And so now I went from the recovery program, about 3 months in there, I started working in our kitchen as a volunteer. I worked there for about 4 or 5 months and I volunteered in our shelter. And for about 1.5 years now, I've been working here full time. Working with people that were like me, trying to show them there is a way to get out of it.
What would you say is the causes of homelessness around here?
Addiction.
Yeah.
It's 99.9% of the time is addiction. Some of the time, the worst thing is not even their fault. They've never been homeless any time in their life. We had one lady come in here and she was 55 years old, never been homeless once in her life. She couldn't afford to rent anymore, couldn't afford to get another place. She ended up here. She's housed now.
I've been here about a year now. I used to be vice president of a call center. I had 40 some odd employees and I had to lay them all off when COVID hit because we work for the car industry. After we closed down, we tried to reopen months later and that failed. I went bankrupt. I got into cocaine, stimulants. Everything just went down the crapper, so I ended up here because I got evicted from my place and now I'm just getting ready to get into transitional housing to get used to paying rent again and buying food and all that other stuff, so brighter days ahead.
And so that's what we try to show them, that there is another option. They can get out. And I've seen so many people just in the last six to 9 months come in here broken, absolutely defeated, nowhere to go, no money, no home, no clothes, no job, no anything. And now they're out living on their own, they got a place, they got a job, they're doing fine. And we have caseworkers here, we have all kinds of people that'll work with them to get them what they need to move forward. So they come in here, they're homeless, and we work with them to get them housing and get them the jobs and get them the skills that they need to live on their own and be independent again.
I just want to offer people their humanity back, treat them with dignity and treat them as you would if it was your brother or your sister. They deserve to have the same opportunities as we do.
All the guys who are in here, their dealers are still in the front yard. They're still on the street right in front of it. So all the programs and everything can be accessed through the back, so they never have to walk on the front of the street and see their dealer again. 80 to 85% of our guys have dealt with sexual trauma as children. So most of the first 6 months is dealing with that and we help them move forward.
But in winters here, it's bad. RCMP, police, hospitals calling us 5-6 times a night. Can you take this person? We found them at Snowbank. Can you take this person? Can you take this person? And we can't because we're full. And the fact of the matter is there isn't enough help and there isn't enough places to put them. These people are sleeping outside in the middle of winter. So these toques, it might be the difference between someone living or dying. To be honest with you, toques and gloves and socks, they are the difference for some people in one night, whether they lose their foot or they lose their ear or frostbite or they live or die throughout the night. It is literally a 2.5 could be life or death on the streets here. It's not that we're not getting blessed and we're not getting any, and it's not that we're complaining that we're not getting enough, but the fact of the matter is the need's higher than what comes in because it's unbelievable, and it's more every year. It's worse every year. If we were legally allowed to, we'd jam them in every inch of this place, but we can't. It's just not feasible. We're doing our best to move people forward, but if everyone doesn't help them move forward, we're going to stay in the same spot. Call our head office, say, what can we do to help you? We'll tell you. If you go to our website, it'll say all different ways you can give to help or different things you can volunteer for. And we're never going to turn it down.